Hey everyone, it's Simon Ahmed, the 50 starter, and since I just hit 20 subs, I'm going to be reacting to my math teacher, Mr. Kanada's video because it might help me do some math stuff. And he just subscribed to my channel, which makes it 20, and let's play.
All right, peeps. Today is Tuesday, April 28th. Copy this down or print it out, whatever you've been doing. A lot of you are telling me that you did your assignments or you do it on loose leaf. Again, if I don't see it, then I don't mark it in the gradebook as complete. So make sure you're showing me a picture, or if you're sharing the document with me, if you have some other way to kind of do it that way. All right, so fill in your notes as we go through this, and then let's begin. All right, so you do now is right there. Set it up, and then I'll kind of get it going on my smart board. Finish smart board. All right, set it up, pause it, and go.
Right.
Go. All right, so if you did the first problem, great. You paused the video, awesome. I'm going to do it on this whiteboard because I still don't know how to write on this thing. So here we go. First thing should be, this is a straight angle, so it equals 180 degrees. Okay, that's your first part. Then from there, you're going to kind of decide what other pieces are there. So I can tell you right now, I see an X.
Let's see.
I see an X. I see the square, the half a square, which is 90 degrees. And then I see another X. So together, if I were to add these all up, I would get my answer. So it says solve for X. So let's remember that there's a 1 in front of these guys, 1 in front of these. Therefore, getting 1 and 1 gives me 2x plus 90 equals 180. Good. From there, you gotta kind of solve.
Yeah, the X is
Subtract
45.
90, subtract.
Wait, let me just. Alright, I got a feeling that X is going to be 45 because 2 times 45 is 90 plus 90 equals 180.
90, and you get 2x is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, and then from there you're going to kind of decide, divide by 2, and since I'm running out of space, draw an arrow, x equals 45. So that just means that
it is 45.
the middle angle is 90 degrees. So if I were to draw it, this line means 90. Okay, this one means 45. This one means 45. Add them all up. It should equal to 180. So again, if you want to copy this down, excellent. You should. It's a good do now problem to kind of help you because I'm thinking of a quiz possibly on Friday, 10 questions. All right, so note sheet is out. Again, the first page is kind of a review. Fill in notes as we kind of go along. So here we go. Your title is the next slide. So do that now. What is the characteristics of triangles? That's kind of what we've been talking about, and I'll kind of go into them right now again. Okay, so fill in the blanks. A triangle is a figure with 3 sides and 3 angles. The symbol for triangle is a triangle symbol. Shocking. Every triangle has at least 2 acute angles. One way you can classify a triangle is using the third angle. All acute angles, 1 right angle, 1 obtuse angle. Again, this is an acute triangle because all my angles are less than 90 degrees. This is
they're equal.
Get me off the screen.
Because it's all acute, and the acute triangle and the right triangle make just the right angle, and the 90 square over there. You see that pink box in the blue triangle that says right triangle? That's actually the right triangle. And the obtuse, yeah.
1 right angle, 1 right triangle, 1 obtuse angle. So this has a right angle. So the only way that this is a right triangle is you have to see this square, or they write 90 degrees inside of it. Obtuse looks a little weird. It's a longer open triangle, just to kind of remind you to do that. Here you go. Another way to classify triangle is to use their sides. So over here, and I'll kind of get my magic pointer out, highlight clicks. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. Focus mouse, yes. So it says that note that these tick marks on the side of the triangle indicate congruent sides. And
Wait,
congruent
wait.
just means
Note that those tick marks on the side of the triangle indicate that those sides are congruent.
equal. So no tick marks, no sides are the same. This is called a scalene. So that means all my angles inside are different. All my lengths outside are different. Therefore, it is a scalene triangle. At least two congruent sides. Isosceles triangle. Bang, bang. It looks like a little mouse eyes. These, again, all the tick marks are the same. Therefore, it is called an equilateral triangle. Some other way to classify angles are by their sides. Sides of the same length are called congruent. So again, same length, congruent. Again, copy down what I asked you to fill in. I would maybe write this on the sheet so you have it. Anything that I say in the video that's important, write it down. This is kind of how you're going to take notes on your own. Next, this is the picture. Now, notice sometimes the pictures aren't coming through. So what I'm suggesting is if you click it, and then you got to click fixed position on page, it'll then show up. Sometimes they're not showing up, but if they aren't showing up, just kind of click them, and then we'll go through this. So here we go. It says classify the triangle on the house by its angles and its sides. So we're talking about the roof, not the triangle on the house. We're talking about the roof of the house. So what kind of triangle is this? It's like the silence says nobody knows. Okay, but again, notice it has two tick marks. Those two tick marks telling me that it has same sides. Two of them are the same, this side and this side. Therefore, that makes it a isosceles. Can't write anything. So this is an isosceles. This is an isosceles. Pen black, that one. Oh, this is a joke. Isosceles?
Isosceles.
No, that's not right.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it? I mean, spell it. Isosceles? Oh, yeah. Isosceles. Oh, the
Isosceles.
E.
Okay, this guy
Isosceles.
chilling, riding, grinding on some rails. He is on I see that box. That means something to me. That is a right triangle. So again, just look for one or two things to kind of decide based on what you see. It says, if it says classify the triangle by its angles and by its sides, then you're going to either call it a right triangle or an isosceles, or if it has no sides the same, it is a so this is by its sides. By its angles, then we have two that are the same. Not the third was the same. We have three tick marks. So then go back to your notes and decide, well, this is by its sides. This must be, since it doesn't have an obtuse angle, it's a right angle, doesn't have this one, all acute angles. So I would say this triangle here looks like a has that longer angle there. So I'm going to say this is a obtuse. So this would be an obtuse isosceles triangle. Obtuse. Okay. This one's a right, so this one's kind of easy. Checking back on your notes, look back. Again, just keep referencing. You have the pause button. I'm trying to do this in real time. Not a good idea. Right triangle is the same as, since it has no sides that are congruent that I know of, we'll just do it by, this is just a right triangle. What's my other options? Right, no congruent sides, two congruent sides. I'm going to say this is a right, based on the picture, scalene. Okay, nothing I see is the same. Again,
Right scale.
joke. Handwriting. Looks like a baby, but scalene. That's an E.
Wait a minute.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, here we go. Moving on. I'm going to pause the video here to kind of regroup. And then all right, so these, again, the sum. This is where the inside of my angles measure up to that. So you're going to have to set up an equation. It says the sum of our angles inside is 180. Okay. This is true for every triangle. Every triangle has the same sum. So no matter what, when we're solving for triangles, they have to equal 180. So here we go. Find the measure of z. So this is what z is, question mark. You can put an x there, whatever you want to do. Let's put x there for today. By x, I mean question mark because I'm not fixing that. So here we go. I bust out my handy dandy calculator. You got Siri available or you got Google available, use her. And here we go. I don't know where I am on the screen, so it looks like I'm going to pause it. All right, so you should be setting up your problem. I think I got my cheat sheet, Alt W, and I'm back.
Alright.
Again,
Let me look at the
just use
problem.
this for now.
Try
I'll drag it over
let me
here.
try to solve it.
Again, here's the whiteboard. We're just going to kind of set up a problem. It should equal to 180. So here we go. We have my missing angle, which we'll say is x for today, or question mark, whatever you use, plus 43 plus 119 equals 180.
Right, x plus 190.
Now,
okay.
You're going to tell me that.
Wait, let me try to solve this problem. X plus 43 plus 119 equals 180. Alright, let me just get some. Let me just get a pencil and a sheet of paper. I got my pencil and sheet of paper, and now let me solve the problem. Alright, and x plus 1. Okay. Plus 43, 5, 6. Alright, 162. And now let me do subtracting. 1, like 10 and 8. 7, 1, or 18 plus 162 equals 180.
Oh, this angle's outside.
Now to see if I was correct.
The arrow doesn't want to, can't fit it for some reason. So just figured it out in there. So here we go. 43 plus 119. I don't have a calculator in front of me, so I'm going to add it over here. This is a 2. This is a 1. 162 equals 180.
Yeah.
And then it's just an equation.
Right.
Subtract that. I get x is equal to 18 degrees. So most of this is just going to reviewing what an equation is.
Let's go.
So make sure you kind of have that. Whoops. Make sure you have that so you have it, whatever that means. Next one. Again, it's a triangle. Set it up equal to 180. And then you can kind of go from there. So here we go. Pause it here. I'll set up my problems. And then you guys can practice before looking at the video.
Actually, wait, no. I want to try to
pause.
solve this on my own. Actually, wait, no. I'm going to try to solve, like, the first numbers 2 and 3 on my own. Oh, no. Alright, let me here. I have some paper. Alright. Alright. X 65 50. Alright. X plus 65 plus 50 equals 180. Alright, 60. And then, like, subtract 180 minus 150. 5, 7, 65. So 65 plus 115 equals 180. I'm just
Pause.
Oh.
All right, so you're recording these.
Oh,
You're now recording and copying these. And you're gonna fill this in. So here we go. This one over here, x plus 65 plus 50. Just set it up. It equals to 180. X 65 50 equals 180.
Oh wait. Oh wait, I actually skipped forward, but wait, let me check.
Subtract from both sides.
I want to check if I was correct.
Subtract from both sides. And you'll get an answer of x equals 0, 18, 7. That's 65. The answer should be 65. I don't know what I was doing there. 5, 65.
Ah, sweet. Now. Alright, actually, I'm gonna try to do like the last problem myself. So, x equals 53 plus 90 equals 180. 53 plus 93. Like, oh, okay, 7, like, 3, alright. So, x equals 37 plus 143 equals 180. X is probably 37.
Yes. This one's 65. This one, it just looks backwards. But again, this is 90. So you'll always have at least 2 measurements, and you can solve. So this one will be x plus 90 plus 53 equals 180. Solve it. How you doing? Fill it in. X plus 143 equals 180 minus 143 minus 143. Subtract x equals bing, 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 70, 37. All right. So the next one's probably, again, a good thing to kind of keep it there.
Yay.
Straight. That's the second one. First one is over there. Copy it carefully. And then we'll kind of go to the last one. So I'll pause it. I'll set up my problems. And then you guys can finish these up. Starting by yourself is a little bit more challenging. House is getting noisy. So I got to hurry. All right, last 2 problems. Here we go. X
Oh, yeah,
plus 2x
right.
plus, again, that's a 90 degrees.
That's
So
my
you'll always be
thesis.
given at least 2. So here we go. Here's what it looks like. I didn't do anything on the paper. So you got to make sure you watch the video. Now's a good time to throw in a magic word. Magic word is going to be basketball. Basketball. So I'm going to make this a little spot on your note sheet. It'll say magic word with a line, fill it in. It'll be like this, and then you're just going to write basketball on the line. All right, anyway, back to the math. So we have to fill this in. X plus 2x plus 90. So you fill it in. X plus 2x plus the 90. This is the 90, even though it doesn't say it. That box means 90. This is x. This is 2x. Add them up. 3x plus 90 equals 180. And then you solve. Yeah, this is all going on in the background of the video. So just fill it in. Minus 90. Some burps, a couple of drinks being discussed. 3x equals 90. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X equals 30. All right. Fill it in.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of say, oh, what is x? So since this is
Oh, I
x
see
equals
how it's 30
30,
now.
this one is 30 times 2, which is 60. Got it? And then the last one, you kind of set up a problem here. Make it a little higher because my board's huge. Got to get a cut. Go to Lowe's and get it. 108.
108
plus 25
plus 25.
X equals 180. Solve it. And then
Okay.
this would be what? I'm doing the math in my head. That's why this is 133 plus X. Then you're going to solve it like a equation again. Minus 133, minus 133. Bang, 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 bang. This will give me an answer of 47. All right. Sorry, I just try to go fast at the end because I was going fast. Yeah. I didn't break it, but I'm going fast. So kind of keep this in mind. Again, write your notes on the loose leaf or on the note-taking sheet. I'm going to add 2 problems. I'll call them exit ticket problem. And that just kind of just checks to make sure that you watch some of the video, or I can just kind of check in. All right, this video's a little longer. Not sure why, but have a great day.
Thank you. You too.